All right. So let's talk about these games. Obviously, the best one this week was Commanders Ravens. Jaden Daniels and Lamar Jackson both put up points, but obviously the Commanders defense just hasn't quite been there this year, and so the Ravens were able to get the win. Definitely the best game of the week, though, followed by Seahawks and 49ers. Thursday night games somehow have actually turned out to be good this year, last couple of weeks anyway. It didn't look close first half, but the Seahawks made it a game second half. Then we got Buccaneers and Saints and Falcons Panthers. I think that this division, these rival games have just been something else, and they've always been fun to watch. Followed by Texans and Patriots. Drake May actually put up some good numbers and had a good time in this game. Definitely looking forward to seeing more of him. And then the Monday night game, Bills and Jets, was actually relatively close. The Jets actually stepped up and looked better than they have in a while. And the Bills, better than they have the last couple of weeks, but you can tell they're still not quite the same as they were previous years. But still a good game. Middle games this week, kind of mid. We got Cardinals, Packers. It was close for the first half, but man, the Packers just broke away in the second half. Jaguars, Bears, another one. The Bears just broke away in the second half. Chargers, Broncos, the opposite. The first half was real one-sided, but the Broncos tried to come back near the end and almost pulled it off. Steelers, Raiders. If you like defensive games, this was a good one to watch. And Bengals, Giants. Definitely don't watch if you don't like defensive games, but this one was actually pretty evenly matched. The Giants' offense and the Bengals' defense are so bad that it actually made for a close, competitive game. The worst games, though, we got Browns and Eagles, just two teams that neither one really seemed to want to win. Browns' defense at least finally stepped up like it played last year. Colts and Titans, relatively disappointing, bad offense on both sides. Lions and Cowboys, though, I think takes the cake for being the worst game this week. The Cowboys are just very disappointing this year, and the Lions are looking like the top team. Let's rank all the teams. I'm going to put the Lions at number 1. Quite a performance over Dallas. Sorry, I've been putting you guys at 2 and 3 the last couple of weeks. They definitely deserve to take this top spot this time around. I'm going to put the Buccaneers second. Definitely looking like a strong team this year. Not sure how long it'll last, but for now, Baker is putting up an MVP-like performance. And I'm going to keep the Bears at 3. I think they're looking like a real strong competitor this year, especially if Caleb Williams keeps playing as he has, because that defense has already proven to be quite good. Number 4, I got the Texans, and 5, I got the Steelers. Welcome back, both of you guys, to the top 5. Some strong wins this week. Number 6, I got the Falcons, the highest that I've put you guys. Not sure how long it'll last. This might be a peak, but they won 3 divisional matchups now against the Panthers, Falcons, Panthers, Bucks, and Saints. So that's a great start for the Falcons. Still not sure how they'll do this season. They've looked kind of mediocre against non-division teams, but at least for now, it's looking good for Atlanta. 7, I got the Packers. I've kept you guys out of the top 10 long enough. Definitely a very dominant win over the Cardinals. Number 8, I got the Ravens. I feel bad dropping you guys this low, but it was still quite a matchup with the Commanders. Lamar Jackson just can't lose to NFC teams, though. You guys are playing the Buccaneers this week, though, so let's see how that game ends up going. If the Ravens want to be higher, I think taking out the Bucks, which I have at number 2, will definitely be a statement win for the Ravens. Number 9, I got the Vikings. Feel bad for you guys. You didn't play this week. The only reason I dropped you this low is because other teams are just looking a lot better than how you guys played in London. Number 10, I got the 49ers, and 11, the Chiefs. You guys play this week, so we'll see who deserves to stay in the top 10. But for right now, I think that the 49ers, despite a 3-3 record, they deserve to be up here. Number 12, I have the Commanders. Got to drop you guys after a loss, but your offense is still going strong, and we'll see how you do in the weeks ahead. I think this division is going to be yours for the taking. Number 13, I have the Chargers, looking good after the bye and a couple of losses before that. If they keep winning, I may put them higher. Number 14, I got the Colts, just kind of hanging out here. 15, I got the Bengals, also just both these teams kind of hanging out middle of the pack. 16, I have the Bills, despite a 4-2 record. I'm still not quite sold on you guys. It was a tough game with the Jets, but if you keep winning, I might throw you higher. Number 17, I got the Broncos. I think that they had a good back to reality moment after winning 3 in a row, losing to the Chargers. Don't want to drop you guys too low since you made a nice comeback, but I definitely think that it shows that you're not really a great team. You're just kind of middle of the pack this point. 18, I got the Jets, actually higher than you were last week despite losing to the Bills, but I feel like this was one of your better games, and if you hadn't missed those kicks, you would have been the winners. 19, I have the Eagles. Still not completely sold on you guys. Kind of a rough game against a struggling Browns squad, but we'll see. We'll see how you do going forward. The defense, actually, that's why I want to put you guys higher, as your defense is looking better. Number 20, the Seahawks just kind of hanging out here, kind of a rough loss to San Francisco. 3 losses in a row now. It's just hard for me to put us higher after 3 rough losses. And 21, I have the Saints. They're probably the lowest drop team this week. I'm just kind of, I don't know, I've been keeping them in the top 10, and I think I'm just kind of done with the Saints at this point. 22, the Jaguars, despite 1 win. I don't think you guys are terrible. I think Doug Peterson should be questioned at the end of this season, but we'll see how many games you rack up before the season is over. 23, I have the Rams. I think you'll be better with Puka and Cooper Kupp, but for now, with those injuries, just not looking like a real threat. 24, I have the Dolphins, kind of the same boat. Once Tua comes back, I think you'll be better, but for now, pretty disappointing. 25, I have the Giants. Got to drop you guys. I was way too high. If you guys had won against the Bengals, I would have stuck you in the top 10, but that offense is just not working. Credit to the defense, though. 26, Titans. 27, Browns. Bump the Browns up a little bit because your defense actually stepping up. If your defense continues to play good, they might actually win you some games despite how awful the offense has been. 28, the Cardinals, dropping you guys a bit after a terrible loss to the Packers. I thought that game would be a lot closer. Definitely the most disappointing matchup of the week. 29, the Raiders. 30, the Patriots. 31, the Cowboys. And 32, the Panthers. I thought of putting the Cowboys lower than the Panthers, though, just because of how disappointing that matchup was against Detroit. I wasn't super high on the Cowboys this year, but I was definitely thinking that I was going to give you guys a chance, but it's looking like these all-in memes of doing nothing have come back to haunt you, and you're not looking so good. So the games this week, we have Broncos and Saints. I'm going to go with the Saints on this one because I'm not high on Sean Payton. But again, like I said earlier, I'm not high on the Saints right now, so I wouldn't be too shocked if Denver can win this one. Patriots and Jaguars, I'm going to go with the Jaguars. I think that they're just the better team right now, and they're in London. They got that boost, home game advantage. Seattle and Atlanta, I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I think that I know the Falcons are high on my rankings, but I think that this is going to be a comeback to reality moment for Atlanta. I think it's going to be a nice bounce back game for Seattle after losing 3 in a row. Tennessee and Buffalo, I'm going to go with the Bills. They need a good win after some close wins that they they need a good statement win here. The Bengals and the Browns. I'm actually going to go with the Browns on this one. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose. But the Bengals defense is struggling, and the Browns defense is just killing it. So I think that this is going to be a win for Cleveland because of the defense. Texans and Packers. I'm going to take the Packers on this one, although this could be game of the week and could go either way. I just want to see the Packers do it again after beating the Cardinals like they did. Then we have Dolphins and Colts. I'm going to stick with the Dolphins on this one. I think Tua's coming back, and I'm just not super high on Indiana. But I want to see Miami start to turn things around. But I wouldn't be shocked if this is a win for Indiana. Detroit and Vikings, I'm going to pick the Lions. I think that they, if they win this game, they'll be atop the division and will give the Vikings their first loss of the season. The Eagles and Giants, I'm actually going to pick the Giants on this one. I think it's not going to be a Saquon revenge game. And the way that the Giants defense is playing, I'm not sure the Eagles offense can handle it. Raiders and Rams, I'm going to pick the Rams. I think it'll be quite a close game, though. Might be an ugly game, probably the worst game of the week. Not looking forward to watching it. Panthers and Commanders, I'm going to stick with the Commanders. I think they need a good bounce back. The sun came out. That is bright. I'm going to stick with the Commanders. I think they need a nice bounce back after losing to the Ravens, and this is the opportunity. Chiefs and Niners, I'm going to stick with the Niners just because I like the narrative of getting Super Bowl revenge, and it would be ironic to give the Chiefs their first loss, being against the Super Bowl matchup. Jets and Steelers, I'm going with the Steelers. I think this will be another defensive game, but I just don't trust the Jets offense right now. Baltimore and Tampa Bay might be game of the week. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay on this one. I'm high on the Bucs right now, but like I said earlier, if the Ravens can win, it will be a good statement win for them. And the last game will be Chargers and Cardinals. I think it'll be a Chargers blowout. I'm not high on the Cardinals right now, and I think this will be a nice win for the Chargers to show that they have what it takes. Especially if KC loses, they'll be like, "Oh, we have a chance to win this division." And they do play each other again in a couple of weeks. Might get revenge for the loss from 2 weeks ago. So we will see how these games go. Drink some Code Red. I have not had Mountain Dew Code Red in forever. And I'll see you guys next time.